Anaerobic respiration. You may be asking yourself what that is. Well, anaerobic respiration is a form of cellular respiration that occurs only in the absence of oxygen. Obligate anaerobes are organisms that strictly rely on anaerobic respiration as a source of energy. Now you also may be asking yourselves what obligate anaerobes are. These specimens can range from bacteria such as Prevotella and Clostridium to funguses such as rumen fungi. Also, keep in mind that facultative anaerobes can survive with or without oxygen. Anaerobic respiration begins just as aerobic respiration does, with the cycle of glycolysis in the cytoplasm. It begins with the breakdown of a glucose molecule, and in this process, ATP and NADH are reduced, and two pyruvates are formed. But now there's no oxygen. When there is no oxygen present, there are two possible routes for glucose to be broken down into. Firstly, mammals and some types of bacteria form lactic acid. Lactic acid is an organic acid formed in sour milk and produced in the muscle tissues during demanding exercises. Let's take Jeff for instance. Him and his friends are playing soccer. As he is using energy and tiring himself out, lactic acid accumulates in his muscles. Eventually, Jeff will feel pain and fatigue once the acid accumulates to a certain level. This will result in an oxygen depth as Jeff breathes heavily and requires oxygen to oxidize the lactic acid back into carbon dioxide and water. The second route for organisms to break down glucose without oxygen is prevalent in yeast. The lack of oxygen leads yeast to the production of ethanol and carbon dioxide. This process is known as alcohol fermentation. In summary, you should remember a few key points such as obligate anaerobes cannot survive in the presence of oxygen. Also, anaerobic respiration occurs only in the absence of oxygen. In this process, glycolysis occurs, but now either lactic acid is produced or alcohol fermentation occurs.